Hi, I'm Sachin Patel, and for my theater research presentation, I decided to research British pantomime. British pantomime is traditionally performed during Christmas and holiday times. It's very popular because it incorporates songs, dance, buffoonery, slapstick, and jokes, and also audience participation. There are a number of traditional storylines and also fairly well-defined set of performance conventions. Pantomime originated from Commedia dell'arte, and it originated in the United Kingdom. In the 16th century, Commedia dell'arte was very popular, and towards the end, it produced its own kind of output, which was British pantomime. British pantomime was first performed in the Drury Lane by John Weaver. The play was called Italian Night Scenes, in which the narrative was conducted in mime and without any dialogue. But to survive in today's world, it did start to add dialogue to its stories. It took a lot of next line. Sorry. It took a lot of conventions from Commedia dell'arte, like the big expressions, like that, and it also added dialogue to keep the viewers focused on the play. Like Commedia dell'arte, pantomime had stock characters that had their own roles, set personalities, and different postures. Pantomime first arrived in England as minor acts between opera plays. So before John Weaver performed his in the Drury Lane, pantomime was interpreted or intertwined in operas in between like different scene changes. Pantomime also has combined many elements of theater throughout its existence, and by adapting it to survive, it added the element of novelty, which it encompasses a modern tradition and structured framework. Next slide. Pantomime conventions. Pantomime storylines and scripts typically make no reference to Christmas, even though they are performed during holiday times like Christmas. And almost always based on traditional children's stories like Cinderella, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast. There are several written popularized by the French pioneer of the fairy tale genre, Charles Perrault, as well as other based on English tales collected by Joseph Jacobs. Plotlines are often adapted for comic and satirical effect, and certain familiar scenes tend to recur regardless of plot relevance. Straight retelling the original stories are rare in the extreme. Also, just like Shakespearean time and during some Commedia dell'arte, the prince or the leading male character was often played by a young woman, and the principal boy or the hero was played by an older woman, or the pantomime dame, by a man. The humor is aimed both at adults and children. Some of the humor for the adults would go over the children's head, and also some of the humor that the children would get would go over the adults' heads. Audience participation with the children occurs throughout the show, as they are encouraged to boo the villain and cheer the hero. Slapsticks, which get its name from the design, were often used in Commedia dell'arte and pantomime. It's a type of prop that makes a loud noise that makes it hysterical. So when you hit it, this flap opens, and then when you close it, it makes a loud noise. So the prince usually has a slapstick, which is used as a sword. So when he's fighting the villain, it causes a very a comical scene. So, for example, like if they're fighting, he goes like that, and it causes the audience to laugh, and it causes the effect that, oh, he got hit really loud. The slapstick also has a secondary purpose. So when the character does hit it, it sometimes signals a scene change or like a set change, which so heavy scenery. So you know that heavy scenery is coming down, and that the people in the audience or the people in the back know that there's like a scene change coming. Next, I'm going to perform a script from pantomime, or a play from pantomime. It's from a playwright of Aladdin. And I'm going to be playing Widow Twinkie, Aladdin's mother. Hello there, everyone. My name is Widow Twinkie, and I am going to be telling you a story of wonder, of love, of magic, and low-budget sound designs. So I'm not the hero of this story. No, I know. Surprising, right? The hero is actually my son, Aladdin. He wasn't always a hero when the story began, not even to his own mother. He's probably tried every job in town. First, he worked at the woodcutters, but he couldn't cut it. Then he worked at Santa. But he couldn't. Then he got sacked. Then he worked at the zoo, taking care of the tortoises and the turtles. But that was a turtle disaster. So now I had to hire him at my own laundry. So let me take you back. Hey, where's my flashback? Oh, never mind, I'll just do it myself. And see. So as you can see, I wasn't really talking to any other characters or talking to myself, as most monologues would probably be. I was actually talking to the audience, and I was trying to keep them very focused onto me, which is a very important part of pantomime. So from what I've learned from this is I definitely learned a lot of like different things, because as a child I was very like into fairy tales, and I love watching fairy tales, and I never knew like where they came from, or like I always thought like fairy tales were just always there. But now that I know, it came from really commedia dell'arte and pantomime. And I also learned like not even like from theater, but I also learned how to do like thorough research and proper research from this. And yeah.